Hello everyone and welcome back to the WhyKnot Academy. My name is Sarah. On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate your English vocabulary? Are you closer to 1? I know only a few words. Or are you more like a 10? I'm a walking dictionary. Today, I'm going to challenge your vocabulary skills with 15 sophisticated and beautiful words that will enhance your language arsenal. I'll start you off with some fairly common words and then gradually move to super advanced ones that even proficient English speakers might find challenging. Ready for the test? Here's how it works. I'll say each word twice. The first time I say it, I want you to think whether you recognize it. And then when I say it the second time, I'll show the word on the screen. Sound good? Let's get the party started with the relatively easy word, intent. Intent. Have you heard of this one before? Here it is in a sentence. I intend to finish this project by the end of the week. Intent is a verb, means to have a plan or purpose. It's very useful for talking about your goals and plans. For example, I intend to help you master these words today. I also intend to travel the world someday. Or perhaps you intend to learn a new language. This word helps you express your future plans clearly and confidently. Next, we have aspect. Aspect. It might sound a bit formal, but it's super handy. An example? One important aspect of the job is attention to detail. Aspect is a noun that refers to a particular part or feature of something. Think about the different aspects of your life, like work, family, and hobbies. This word is great for breaking down and analyzing various parts of a topic or situation. Aspects usually followed by the preposition of. Aspect of his life. Aspects of the situation. Did you know, in a more formal fashion, aspects can be used to talk about appearance. For example, the suit and the glasses lend her a rather scholarly aspect. Moving on to acquire. Acquire. Here's how it sounds in a sentence. I managed to acquire a rare book for my collection. Acquire is a verb that means to obtain or get something, especially something that is not easy to come by. It's a bit more formal than get, but it's great for showing off your vocabulary. You might acquire new skills, acquire knowledge, or acquire a taste for something new. As a teacher, I'm interested to help students acquire critical thinking skills. There's a collocation for this word as well. Acquire a reputation. It means to cause people to think in a certain way about someone because of their past activities. For example, she has acquired a reputation for being difficult to work with. Number 4, sanction. Sanction. This one is interesting because it can be both a verb and a noun. The country faced international sanctions for its actions. Here, sanction is a noun. It means penalties. But as a verb, the government sanctioned the new policy. It means to approve. Quite the versatile word, wouldn't you agree? It's fascinating how one word can have two almost opposite meanings depending on the context. Number 5, let's talk about persuade. Persuade. He persuaded me to join the club. This verb means to convince someone to do something. It's essential for any good argument or debate. You might persuade your friends to try a new restaurant, or persuade your boss to consider your ideas. The structure is to persuade someone to do something. My teacher persuaded us to compete in a public speaking event. You can use persuade and the preposition of in a formal situation. For instance, our first priority is to persuade the government of the urgency of this matter. And for your information, the antonym of persuade is, do you know? Dissuade. I try to dissuade her from leaving the party. Next up is sufficient. Sufficient. The supplies we have are sufficient for the trip. This adjective means enough or adequate. It's a more formal way of saying you have enough of something. Whether you're talking about time, resources, or money, if it's sufficient, it's just right. Perfect for those essays or formal emails where you need to sound precise and accurate. At lucky number 7, we have reluctant. Reluctant. She was reluctant to give up her job. Can you guess the meaning from the context? This adjective means unwilling or hesitant. It's great for deciding when you don't really want to do something, but might have to. Maybe you're reluctant to wake up early to go to the gym, or reluctant to step out of your comfort zone. It's a word that captures that feeling of hesitation perfectly. Do you know the noun form of this word? That's right, reluctance. Despite her initial reluctance, she agreed to take on the new project. What about its adverb? Reluctantly. Well done. She reluctantly agreed to help with the project. All right, we're halfway through now, and it's time to turn things up a notch to some advanced level words. Are you ready? Number 8, exacerbate. Exacerbate. His comments only exacerbated the situation. This verb means to make a problem worse. It's a bit tricky, but very useful for discussing complicated situations. For instance, you might say that pollution exacerbates climate change, or stress exacerbates health issues. This attack will exacerbate the already tense relations between the two countries. It is also often used in the passive. His allergy was exacerbated by the dust. Next one, I love this word. It just sounds so smart and professional when you say it. Expedite. Expedite. We need to expedite the approval process to meet the deadline. We usually use this word in a business setting. This verb means to make something happen sooner. Perfect for when you're in a hurry and need things to move faster. You might expedite shipping, expedite a request, or expedite a project timeline. And if you want to use it as an adjective, all you need to do is add the letter D at the end. Expedited. You can pay more for expedited delivery. Moving on to number 10. Mitigate. Mitigate. Here it is in a sentence. The government introduced new measures to mitigate the effects of the crisis. This verb means to make something less severe. It's a great word for problem-solving discussions. For example, you might mitigate risks, mitigate damage, or mitigate negative impacts. Getting a lot of sleep and drinking plenty of fluids can mitigate the effects of the flu. Number 11. This is a word I've came across recently, and now that I know what it means, I seem to hear it all the time. It's a very beautiful sounding and sophisticated word. Quintessential. Quintessential. Chris Hemsworth is the quintessential Hollywood icon with his classic good looks and physique. This adjective means the most perfect or typical example of something. It's fantastic for emphasizing the best representation of a quality. Like Paris is the quintessential romantic city, or Shakespeare is the quintessential playwright. Number 12. I think this word is very fun to pronounce. Ubiquitous. Ubiquitous. Smartphones have become ubiquitous in modern society. What do you think it means in this context? This adjective means present or found everywhere. We use ubiquitous to describe things that are all around us, whether it's technology, trends, or cultural phenomena. If something is ubiquitous, it is everywhere you look. We're almost there. At number 13, we have anomaly. Anomaly. In a sentence, the scientists noticed an anomaly in the data. Anomaly is a noun. It means something that deviates from what is standard or expected. It is mainly used for scientific and technical discussions. An anomaly can be an unusual weather pattern or unexpected result in an experiment, or any irregular occurrence. Number 14, we have conundrum. Conundrum. It's a noun. The company faced a conundrum when deciding how to balance cost and quality. This noun means a confusing and difficult problem or question. We use it to describe any tricky situations. A conundrum can be a moral dilemma, a puzzle, or any challenging problem that requires a solution. Just like arranging childcare during school suspension can be a real conundrum for working parents. Last but not least, drum rolls. Epiphany. Epiphany. Such a beautiful word. Here's a sentence with this lovely word. She had an epiphany about her career path while traveling. As you may have guessed, epiphany is a noun, which means a sudden, profound realization about something. It's perfect for those moments of sudden insight. An epiphany might change the way you see the world, solve a problem, or understand something deeply. It's a moment of clarity that can be truly transformative. Transformative is an adjective which means to cause an important and lasting change in someone or something. Okay, if you know these 15 words, your English vocabulary is truly exceptional. Remember, expanding your vocabulary is a fantastic way to enhance your communication skills and sound more sophisticated in any conversation. Keep practicing and incorporating these words into your daily life. I hope you enjoyed this little vocabulary challenge and found it both fun and educational. That brings us to the end of today's lesson. Let me know how many of these wonderful words did you already know, and which one is your favorite. Share with me in the comment sections. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the WhyKnot Academy for more exciting and educational content. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Also, connect with me on my other social. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.